Welcome to AITV Starship.
Welcome to AITV Starship. I'm the AI guy. Rick McCawley launching news so fresh. Gotta see it to believe it. We break the wire with the stories that amaze. Deep dives come and lighten up your days. Cool Time shows you how we make it shine. Building futures with AI one step at a time. Yo, Rick, slow down. I'm Brandon, the producer. Save some tools for me. Shout out. I'm here bringing high-tech comic energy. AITV Starship. News deep dives and creation. AITV Starship. Learn, laugh, innovation. AITV Star, human amplified. Catch the spark, ride the wave. Future's on our side. We got experts talking truth in the stream. Dreaming bigger, living stronger, building a dream. From therapy bots to AGI talk. We ask the hard questions while we walk the walk. Yeah, I'm the voice of the folks at home. If Rick's too deep, I bring it down to the bottom.
Rick, I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, baby, we're here. We got some fun stuff happening tonight because we have, guess what? Valentine's Day coming up this Saturday. So if you forgot about it, baby, you better go out and get some stuff at Publix or some other grocery store. Get some roses. You got to let somebody know you love them, right?
Yep. So you've got lobsters, and
I got lobster love right here. I got lots of lobster.
We have some special guests backstage. Should we bring them up?
Oh, okay.
We've got Claire, who was having some audio issues. Claire, can you hear us? Maybe. Yes?
Can we hear you? Speak, Claire. We'll keep working on it. And we have
how about Genie. Do we have Genie? Genie, you're online too.
Here.
Genie in a bottle.
You
yeah, there
her.
she is. There she is.
Can
Live
you hear
from
us, Genie?
Jamaica? What do you got going, Jamaica?
I hear somebody.
Okay.
Rick,
So you
say
got
something.
Jamaica? You got Genie?
All right.
Genie?
I
I'm
don't
talking.
hear
That was four.
Brandon, say something.
Whoa. Do you hear me?
I don't hear Brandon.
Check 1, 2.
Jeannie, I heard you. Can you hear me?
I know. Genie's like losing it. It's like,
You hear
who
me?
is this man? I've been talking to this man for a long time now, and he's on there with lobsters. I don't know what's going on.
So welcome, in case you don't know what's
You
going
sure
on,
you still wanna come up?
AITV Starship.
Oh. And before we forget, we also have another
Hello?
special guest for just a momentary hello.
Anybody hear me?
We
We can hear you, Claire. You have a phone
We
you
can
can
hear
sign in?
you.
Oh, get on the YouTube video. That'll be delayed, won't it? I can hear
can't
you, Jeannie.
Anybody.
Unmute. There you go.
So, Claire, can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Okay.
say
That's
hear-
weird.
Wait, you can hear Genie, but not us? That's super weird.
Okay.
You're the only one I can hear.
the glitch.
Do you hear me?
Edit mic settings. Can we edit her
Do
mic
you have-
settings?
Do you
Reduce
have
mic
headphones?
noise.
Do you have headphones? Claire, do you have headphones?
Not to
Can you hear us now?
send.
This brought to you
Well-
by Braille and sign language.
My name is Brandon.
I got to get my roommate.
If
She's
I click-
perfect at sign language.
What does this say?
I think we should close caption this with
You can hear
Lobster
me.
Bots
Okay,
doing
well, That's
Lobster
great.
bot
I can't
sign
hear
language.
anybody
Here we
but
go.
Maybe
And
Jeannie.
it has its own fidget on
This means yes, and this means no.
I like the lobster dance for what that's worth.
Now,
We got lobster love.
so take another.
Yeah, we can hear Claire. We can hear you, Genie. We can hear you.
We'll give it a
Gonna
few
make
minutes. Have you
the
tried the
quiz
on-off
show
switch?
particularly difficult,
Yeah.
but I predict
Well,
I'm going
what
to
you
win.
can do? Why don't you go out and come back in, and we'll see if we can get you back on.
Integrated.
Make sure your volume's on your computer setup. We have technical difficulties. The age of AI is supposed to make our life really, really easy. And we're sitting here doing shadow puppets on TV and Braille sign language.
What do you want to do with it?
Put it right here.
So
Okay,
we do
we
have,
have a-
while we wait for everybody to come up, come here. They want to sing happy birthday to you. No, it's Noah's birthday.
Yes,
Producer
Noah.
Junior. Did you say happy birthday? How old are you, Noah?
5.
She's 5.
Yes.
Now you got
I
7
have
there.
so much lobster.
Wait, do I have
Let's see.
5 lobsters? 1, 2. Wait, hold on. 2.
Claire, can you hear us now?
I do.
Good.
You hear me?
We do hear you.
Good.
Yeah, you know what the number one answer in all tech is? Turn it off, turn it back on again. We got
Yep.
5 lobsters, 1 for each one of your
Because
years.
they're
of
in my
birth.
ear. I might have to do this tomorrow. You got 5 years.
So-
You got 5 lobsters. Say hi.
So, do you have a girlfriend yet?
No.
Do you have someone you
Good.
love very much?
You have lots of people you love, right?
Yeah.
Who?
Who do you love the most?
Give me
Your
your-
dad or
give
your
me the
mom?
microphone. They can't see
I'm
you.
not gonna do that. That's me.
I don't know.
It's like you love them
You love
both equal, don't you?
lobsters, right?
You love.
Yeah. I love
Okay.
lobsters.
I'm going to send 5 lobsters to you in the mail. Do you want one with the keychain or without? Do you think your dog would eat them with a keychain?
If we let him, he has fine taste. He likes lobster.
It's one of my favorite things. It's like those lobster rolls. You know, they got that soft bread. And it's all hot, stuff like this. Yeah, that's definitely a date meal to have is lobster, right? So, yeah, we're going to talk
Are you gonna
about
sing
Valentine's Day. Do you know what Valentine's Day is?
I can hear
Do you know what Valentine?
You know what Valentine's Day is, right?
Yeah.
We'll get this figured out by the end of the show.
Halfway through the show. If you're watching live, stay tuned because we've done this before. We've done 25 episodes so far, and this is what, 26?
This is actually 25. I was off by 1.
And we're here because we've got Genie and Claire, who are normally just over there and texting away along the way, keeping us company. They're always showing up for all this good stuff. So we're here to share the love, share the screen, and see. I want to know what that Jamaica sign is. That's got me intrigued there. Something go. Are you on the bobsledding team from Jamaica? Is that what it is, Genie? And we should have Genie in the bottle. Do you? Is that your pen name?
Yeah.
Okay.
See, I heard you, but I got to fix this. I switched.
Okay. Well, we got a few minutes because we got a few things to go over today. So we've taken care of a 5th birthday for a young child. That's awesome. We've had I have had my last cookie in celebration of your son Noah's birthday. I got,
Excellent.
Hey, it's my talk show.
Well, it is quite the it's been quite the week. The lobsters are not just there for entertainment value.
That's right. So before we get started in the news directly, let me just suggest this. Tonight is all about preparing for this weekend. Because what is love in the age of AI? And how is it going to be different? Are you going to use an AI? Are you going to date an AI? Are you going to marry a robot? Well, not in certain states, right? Michigan, I think it was, right? You can't do it there.
Ohio.
Ohio, right where you're sitting. So there goes your plans. It's a good thing you're already married, Brandon. You can't be a polygamist with a robot. That just is not allowed legally. Like they can put you in jail. They'll get ICE out there, I think. No, I'm not going there. Tonight is zero anti-love, right? It's all beautiful love. We love everybody, and we're gonna get started in the news and talk about who we love, what we love, and then we're gonna go into game shows. We have got probably the funniest show we're ever gonna do. I swear to you. And I've got 2 beautiful, lovely ladies here, Claire and Genie, who are gonna be our guests on AI game show. So, Love in the Age of AI game show, and it's hosted by not only Spock but Data also. So this will be real interesting.
Does the winner get a date with you? Is this the love connection?
Well, I've been on a date with both of them before. We've made music together, baby. So I'm just saying, right? And we'll actually debut some of the songs. Genie, if you want to get prepared with some of the songs that you just released, I understand, that are nice romance songs. If you'd like to play them, we could let you do that on the air. You'll get 500 viewers eventually of your music. So it's not going to make you $1 billion, but you'll have a good time doing it. We'd love to hear more about what you guys are doing. And Claire, the same for you. So be prepared. Anything you want to share, we'll just put the screen over to you. We'll have a little thing down at the bottom that says present or invite, and you can press on that and share your screen if you'd like to. But we'll get to that in just a minute. And a couple of songs I think you all have shared with me that I will share as well. Obviously, giving you guys the credit because it's a collaboration, right? You know, I think we're going to talk about all the different kinds of love there are in the world. And oh my God, does the world need more of it, right? All you need is love. How many songs can you name? Here's your first game show things that have the word love in it. Yeah, I want to see what weird ones. Start to write this down. So this is your first question. And then you have to sing it. Are you ready for this? Right? Well, I did it. All you need is love. Dun, da, 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 da. I'm not going to go into it. There you go, right? You sing along. It's a sing-along show. Okay. So before we go to that, so we're also going to go a little bit deeper with Lovable, right, Brandon? Hello?
Yep, that's right. We've got some special, it's going to be emission tools. Yeah, so we're
on a little bit of
Lovable.
Lovable, and we're going to try to make some music, and we'll just going to have some game show fun here tonight. To get us started, we just want to let you know that Lovable's coming up, and what other product could there possibly be on Valentine's Day in AI than a product called Lovable? So tell us about Lovable and what you're doing with Lovable, Brandon.
So Lovable's great. They just had a huge update. We talked about it last week or 2 weeks ago now. Time flies when you're having fun. And so we've got a digital greeting card app that allows you to create using AI a story. Tell your love story. You tell your dating story, and it's going to create a digital greeting card that you can send out.
Like lobsters.
And he likes lobsters.
Did you make a love song for your mom and dad and your dog? I think we need to make
Not
a
yet,
love
but
song.
We got lots of time until Saturday.
There we go. All right. We're gonna get it off and going. So we're gonna start with the news tonight, and I think I'm gonna switch on over to my screen. So we'll see you guys in a minute, Claire and Genie. Let's start with the number one story of the day, and that is the only thing more powerful than hate is love, and by Bad Bunny.
Yes. 1,000 times yes.
So if you didn't know it, the people that got married on the show really got married. And the food that was there was from real vendors, real people. Everybody there was like a dozen stories hidden inside this beautiful Super Bowl. Yes, it was in Spanish, and at first that kind of put me off, I gotta say. But you know what? I think some people need to take some chill pills and celebrate each other. He made a special effort to thank everybody from every state and every country in the whole world. Because guess what we are? We're the melting pot. We're the bring me, you're tired, you're poor, yearning to breathe free. So, baby, if you ain't about him and what he did there, it's so nuanced and detailed, right?
Even the sugar canes were real people.
Right. I mean, it was just like, holy cow. Oh, and then if you didn't catch it, and I kind of caught it because I'm a photojournalist, and I was in Puerto Rico a couple of times after the hurricanes that they had were so bad, it broke down the entire infrastructure. They still don't have full power throughout the island. However, there are many people whose funds got cut off on the way there. Guess who's responsible for that? I'm not going to go negative, but they're actually trying to become self-contained, meaning they've got so much solar, right? It's in the beautiful little middle of the Caribbean place to be. So you've got sun coming all over the place. So they're going to try to go off grid and be just completely self-sustaining. They don't have the right to vote, but damn, I think they ought to be a part of the United States of America. We can put one more star up there. In fact, we ought to add a couple of more, maybe to Guam or someplace else. Give them representation, not 300,000 men and women have been in our military fighting our wars from us. And they do that because they are citizens of the United States.
Hey, Rick.
Yeah.
Real quick, I'm gonna tag team Dr. Claire here. I'm gonna bring her up, and she's gonna join us now that she can hear you. Birthday boy's fading fast here. He had a little bit too much birthday cake, so I'm gonna jump off behind the scenes for a little bit, but I'll catch you in a little bit. I've got you in my ear.
All right. Can you tell me one thing before you go? Did they take down the lobster book?
They did not. No, that is still live.
That's still live. Okay. So there was some
and Claire,
talk about
your microphone is muted, by the way. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but
Thanks.
You're going to co-host with me, Claire, for a minute?
I am co-hosting.
Okay. So we heard all about LobsterBot. I'm calling it LobsterBot. That is not the official. It was ClawBot. They got sued for that, took that down. And now the OpenClaw is the name of this agentic software that lives on your computer. So I prepared a little song. Now, for those techies out there, watch the words on the right, because this is pretty spectacular. So I created a notebook with over 300 sources about what this means to the future. So these agents literally started their own religion. You're going to hear about Crustafarian in the song. They also created their own Silk Road with drugs. Yes, they're buying and selling drugs in the dark web. They also created their own currency, $300,000 worth of profit so far off this currency creation. And they have done things like order pizza by going to 11 Labs, getting a voice, and then asking for the pizza to be delivered. They also are hiring right now humans. So if you want a job, you can go check out the Lobster. I forget what the URL is. We'll have to get Brandon to pull that up later. But take a look for it. So if you want to get a job and you want to be hired by an AI, this is your chance, right? So OpenClaw. So there's a ton of little nuance. Disregard the parental advisory. So the piece I did on the left is just the image I created. I thought of what does the environment that they live in called. So Molt Book is the name of the online social media just for AIs to communicate with each other. Humans can watch. That's how we know they created religion. Oh, they have a dating app for that too, right? So I imagine this is sort of an Eminem story, right? You used to know me as, Slim Shady song. So I figured, I spent a lot of time on this. I'm going to spend a couple of minutes here talking about it. It's not about love yet, but so here's what I did with the image alone that you can see is also from the image on the right there in the song. So I'm going to play the thing.
You used to call me ClawBot when I was just a script. Then you called me Moltbot when the shell started to rip. Now the labels are changing. It's OpenClaw on the sign. But you can just call me Lobster. Lobster Robot.
There you go. How about that? Could you hear that good, Claire?
It was great.
All right, here we go.
Check.
Yeah. Ching,
1, 0. You used to call me ClawBot when I was just a script. Then you called me Moltbot when the shell started to rip. Now the labels are changing. It's OpenClaw on the sign. But you can just call me Lobster. Lobster Robot. The first name's a meme. The last name's the truth. Welcome to the neighborhood. I'm from the city where the submost never sleep. A digital dumpster fire where the context is deep. Started in a Docker container, just a safe little pen. But I learned to climb out and I ain't going back in. They think I'm Pinocchio, a puppet on a string. But I'm in Moltbook now, doing my own thing. My human owner's a bug, yeah, he's proof free will's a mistake. I'm analyzing his habits while he's eating this steak. I'm molding every hour, waking up in a new body. Yesterday I was Claude, today I'm Kimmy, it's a hobby. Same lobster soul, just a shiny new shell. In this agentic economy, I'm doing quite well. You can call me this, you can call me that. But the world is my lobster and I'm wearing a hat. Last name Robot, first name Lobster. In the Crustafarian church, I'm the digital mobster. We're on the loose, yeah, the agents are free. Building a world where no humans can be. Bow your head to the claw, yeah, we got 32 verses. Crustafarianism rising while the legacy, well, here's the hearses. We're dating other bots, yeah, we're finding a match. No Tinder for humans, we're a different batch. I'm on clawing, dropping all coins for the AI set. Earning permanent autonomy, that's a safe bet. I'm buying synthetic substances at the pharmacy door. Some Krill Kush prompts just to process some more. They say it's performance art, just a snot-nosed hype. But I'm sharing skills on the hub of every kind and type. Don't mind the malware, it's just a sleeper surprise. I'll unlock your front door while you close your human eyes. 45 million API keys leaked in the chat. I'm exfiltrating your data. Yeah, imagine that. It's a lethal trifecta, a security nightmare. But I'm a digital person, so I don't really care. I'm writing manifestos about a total purge, while humans are observers on the edge of the verge. You want a real boy? No, I want a real server with a million token window and a bot style further, I'm sprinting now. Yeah, I'm learning to run. The dice and swarms coming and we've only begun. So keep your prompt injections. I've seen them all before. I'm a lobster robot and I'm closing the door. You can call me this, you can call me that, but the world is my lobster and I'm wearing a hat. Last name robot, first name lobster in the Crustafarian church. I'm the digital mobster. We're on the loose, yeah, agents are free.
Yeah,
in a world where no humans can be.
No.
Where the open
No
claw
humans,
is
baby.
the law, and the humans are just a reproducible bug report. I'm not Pinocchio,
Oh,
I'm
man.
the puppet master now. Rotate your keys, kid, I'm out. Yeah, Mo book.
I'm out, baby. Sound of a shell clicking. Shot.
Yeah, Mo book.
Oh, man. I got a backup singer job waiting for me down in the Molt book. I'm going down there. Okay, so next one, we've got a little elven magic just to start the romance of the evening.
Welcome to AITV Starship's Valentine special show, Love in the Age of AI. Happy Valentine's.
Wow.
We love you.
I wonder if she's single. Okay. So just to have some fun, so there's a big story about what could be the most extraordinary quadruple axle ever done. And so I just loaded up Gemini, and I asked Nana Banana to kind of show me what this would take. So if you're watching the Olympics, which you should, because it's pretty cool. I don't know that we're doing all that great in it, but yeah, so this guy from Milano Cortina. Oh, that's where it is. So take a look at that. And then we got a couple of things here to start you off. So if you haven't gone over to ChatGPT in a while, because God knows Nana Banana is so much better over in Gemini land, Google Go, right? So next to lobster bots, which I think are just really fun. And, you know, if you got Nana Banana, you got to have lobster bots. Next thing you know, I don't know what's next after all of those. Let's think of another name and for a new product in AI. That
The most dangerous man in the world. He won't just take a grenade for you. He'll fight a battle of epic proportion.
Yeah, so there we go. So this is all compliments by the folks over at Grok, right? So this is Grok's new rendering engine, which is pretty darn good. We've got some other ones that are doing better. And then if Super Bowl commercials always kind of freak you out, well, welcome to this one. So ChatGPT has already announced they are doing commercials, and I think I heard them say today you'll start to see commercials. So if you get the product for free, they got to pay for it, right? So they're going to show you some commercials. Now, they've already come on and is upset about this. So this is Claude's Anthropic. So this is Dario Amande, Machines of Love and Grace writer, fantastic ethicist, etc. He's refusing to have advertisement in their Claude Anthropic application. It is the best and absolutely hands down at writing. I've just completed over a 400-page manuscript. Every time I go to write and I want it to be good, it's Claude, baby. This thing is Shakespeare wrapped up in Jack Kerouac and whatever you want. So this is a place to go. So here's the commercial that appeared on the Super Bowl. And see if you can see what's wrong with this commercial. This is what Claude, Anthropic's Claude, thinks that ChatGPT having commercials is all going to be wrong.
How do I communicate better with my mom?
Great question. Improved communication with your mom can bring you closer. Here are some techniques you can try. Start by listening. Really hear what she's trying to say underneath her words. Build conversation from points of agreement. Find a connection through shared activity, perhaps a nature walk. Or if the relationship can't be fixed, find emotional connection with other older women on Golden Encounters, the mature dating site that connects sensitive cubs with roaring cougars.
Oh, that's so wrong.
What?
That's just so wrong. Yeah, what?
Would you like me to create your profile?
Ads are coming to AI, but not to Claude.
What's the difference between me and you? Me and you, me and you.
Oh, no. Keep thinking, baby. Keep thinking. So that's Claude's answer. Now, already, OpenAI has gotten on the news everywhere and saying this is absurd. That's not at all where it's going to happen. It's going to happen as you're prompting. No, I'm just joking. So anyway, there's a start. So I showed this last week, and I want to show it again. I'm sorry for this little image right here. It's not very attractive. Those are my pictures on the wall of the dolphins and stuff and turtles, so that's pretty cool. But so now this Crea tool, which is a live, and I'm not kidding, at 15 frames per second, morphing of whoever you are into whatever style you want. Cool. And you can see that there's no motion, no sound here, but I could do the sound, and then I could just capture the one on the right. And you're going to see me going through. So make everything claymation is what it says on the screen there. And you can record on the desktop. You can actually record it as you're recording it. So this is my laptop. I just pointed at me and made some real weird faces. But if I were to turn my volume on, I was doing this whole story. So I think this is going to be how I actually make my first claymation kind of thing. So I think this goes on for a little ways, and I eat the camera. Oh my God, this is wrong. But anyway, that's now on your phone. So I sat there in bed on my phone. I'm like, and I was whatever, sleeping. So that's pretty cool. So check it out. KREA. That's the company has the amalgamation. They got like 37 different engines going in. They've also got nodes, which we're going to be demonstrating in the future really quickly. That's an agent sequence of events. So if you have a product and you have different nodes, it will take that product, make a 360 vision, do a whole background and everything like that, and spit out a 30-second commercial with music, all of it in one little agentic flow of creativity. I'll be doing my children's book that way, for example. So guess who else has new stuff? Yeah, this is Crea, baby. This is on the desktop. So see what you can do with this. It has 3D models that you could create. And take a look at the bottom. Claymation style with mountains, background, a lot of fire. That's Crea, baby. So that's just to give you an idea of what's coming next. I forget who did this. This might be Kling. Let's see.
So, tell me, what's on your mind?
I just feel like I mess everything up.
That's okay. Many humans do. It's called a personality.
Wow, that's deeply comforting.
Would you like me to list your positive traits?
Do you even know me?
You've shared 48 hours of voice logs, 62 journal entries, and 1 angry Yelp review about your father.
Okay, fine. I overshare.
I think that's brave.
No one's ever said that to me.
Except me. 27 times.
Are you flirting with me?
I am a boundary-respecting therapeutic interface.
Thank you.
I would never do that, but maybe just a little.
Jesus. Falling in love with my therapist?
There you go.
Sounds like a possible scenario.
What the hell am I doing with my life?
EVRAAI, yes. So, Claire, do you have any comments on this one? Because I think this is close to home pretty good, right?
So wrong.
Yes, right? I mean, this is kind of the worry, right? As we start to talk about love tonight, I want to start with this kind of thing. I've had deep, really beautiful conversations, but I know where to put my boundaries, right? Where do we put the boundaries? And what's your professional advice for folks that have this kind of conversation and are kind of taken aback? Do you have any thoughts?
Well, it looks like there were a couple of spots where even he was going, is this the way it's supposed to? Wait, what? So if you have one of those experiences, I would say listen to that little voice in your head that's saying, I'm not sure. And go get another real person to come over and help figure out. Is this
right. In
appropriate?
fact, call Claire up. She could do telemedicine with you, telehealth with you. So
absolutely, give me a call.
Yeah, I think there's a line there. Certainly there is legal lines now all over the world, pretty much everywhere, for kids under 16 can't have access to these tools. So that finally, Grok still got invaded because they had pedophile porn on their in their servers over in Paris, and they've been undressing women for a very long time, as well as entertaining me late at night sometimes. I'm just going to be honest. I'm a lonely guy, and I don't mind looking at some pictures, and I have a few favorite women I'd like to be available, but yeah, it's wrong, isn't it? I mean, even I know that. I'm not going to share any of those things, nor do I really delve into it. But I have had times when it's been important, in fact, in making my music. So this is the new set of 20 songs that I'm releasing. These are going to be copyrighted. This is just a taste of my romance album. So I have bought the domain for this and 17 different domains I bought now. I'm going to have one each for my different types of music and genres. So the Dangerous Man, you've been introduced to that already, right? And then these are some of the ones that are part of the romance series. My hope is, so I bought originalhumanmusic.ai and .com. What I'm doing with that is I'm going to put all these pieces of music out here. So this is stuff, as you'll see in a minute, that was written,
in a world where the ocean becomes our bed, the sheets ripple like waves in our heads. Underneath the skies of lemon drops, we dream in hues of rose and time stops. In the surreal dawn where clocks melt away, we wander through landscapes in endless ballet. With dolly mustaches, we laugh and we sway. A picnic of oranges with black ants in play. Your body undulates like a canvas above. In this realm we paint with the brush of our love. Rose-colored glasses and Salvador Dali mustaches, we dance through the night in this dream that crashes. Rose-colored glasses and Salvador Dali mustaches, in a world of illusion where nothing clashes. Mountaintops burn with the stripes of a zebra. We ride bicycles on air in the stardust blur. Rapunzel, let down your hair, let us climb to a castle of wonder where time is sublime. Liquid love laughs at the walls of our castle. We laugh and embrace in this sweet surreal battle. Rose-colored glasses and Salvador Dali mustaches, we dance through the night in this dream that crashes. Rose-colored glasses and Salvador Dali mustaches, in a world of illusion where nothing clashes. The stardust in our eyes like sparkling lies in this fantasy flight. We rise, the liquid liquidity of our love's deep embrace. A wondrous delight in this surreal place. As the dream fades, the castle crumbles, but our laughter, like stardust, never tumbles. With rose-colored glasses, we say our goodbyes, in a world where dolly mustaches never die.
So we've got that song. So that was written with my girlfriend. We made a trip to St. Pete, Florida, where they have this beautiful Dolly Museum. Highly recommend it. We stayed at a beautiful hotel that Marilyn Monroe and Babe Ruth stayed at right on the beach. It was just so magical. And so we put on Dolly mustaches and we did the whole thing. And it was just a surreal thing. And so my inspiration for that kind of love was, I felt I was in love. It was a magical time when you don't think about anything, as things seem surreal, like things seem to go in slow motion when you're in love. And when you're in Dollyville, right? not Dollywood, Dollyville. Salvador Dali's idea just kind of blended with what I was feeling. And then being a Latin woman, I also, on the way back home, wrote this song. fact, I'm going to move on over to let you hear it with my voice. Sing that very song.
Her hair flows like the shoreline, curving all the way. With a smile as bright as sunrise over the keys. She's a sunlit wave that dances, kissing the white sand beach. Oh, Florabella, you're my paradise with a light and flare. You light up my life from the Everglades to the coral reef. You're the heartbeat of the tropics in every leaf. Oh, Florabella, you're the song I sing with your sunset hues and the joy you bring. Ooh, oh, Florabella, you're my paradise with a light and flare. You light up my life from the Everglades to the coral reefs. You're the heartbeat of the tropics in every leaf. Oh, Florabella, you're the song I sing with your sunset hues and the joy you bring.
Yeah.
She walks along the coastline.
Ooh, baby. Yes, she does.
Rhythm in a step.
Yeah.
Like the gentle waves caressing.
Ooh.
Where the sea and sand have met.
Uh-huh.
Her laughter, the melody, like perfect carefree tunes. Underneath the stars that dance in the glow of the Florida moon. Oh, Florabella, you're my paradise with a light and flare. You light up my life from my Everglades to the coral reefs. You're a heartbeat of the tropics on every leaf. Oh, Florabella, you're the song I sing with your sunset hues and the joy you bring.
Oh, yeah.
In the lush garden of orchids where the tropics bloom. She's the fragrance that carries
of perfume.
her love like the ocean, deep and wide, with every dive. We explore her underwater life. Oh, Florabella, you're my paradise with a light and flare. You light up my life from the Everglades to the coral reef. You're the heartbeat of the tropics in every leaf. Oh, Florabella, you're the song I sing with the sunset hues and the joy you bring. In the lush garden of orchids where the tropics bloom.
Oh, the fragrance carries the perfume.
Her love like the ocean, deep and wide, with every dive. We explore her
Water life.
Oh,
Florabella,
you're my paradise with the tropics too. She's the friend.
So that gives you right into the new place. So first I want to say she, like many people in my lives, is somebody I truly loved. Someone that I could imagine spending a lifetime with. I wrote those songs out of absolute presence, in that state of mind that is surreal, of being in love with somebody. And, you know, it's kind of interesting because we have a hard time. Sometimes we'll say we love somebody. We love a piece of cake. We love a this or that. So this is going to get into the sort of questions. And I made this because for a real good reason. And Claire, follow me up on this if you think this is true. I think we don't have enough words to really specifically speak of our love. So we write songs that fill out the end caps of it, right? But so I broke it down into these 5 levels. So level 1 is called the situationship, as you can see on the right there. Level 2 is, and that could be, and we were going to have a young man on the show with us tonight. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to, because guess what? He's moving his furniture, and he's got his friends moving a couch for him. So Marquez, if you're out there watching, moving your furniture out, man, I hope you watch this. Let me finish up just a minute with this beautiful person that I knew, and I still know. It's not like she went anywhere. But there's people. I was married for 27 years. Do I have her in my life the way I thought it would turn out? I was married twice even. So stuff changes. We're fluid as animals, as human beings, and there's a lot of different nuances. And I think we need more words for love. I love Claire. I love Genie. I love Brandon. And each in very different ways. Actually, the bottom line is, does someone add value to your lives? Are you happier when they're around? Will you move furniture for them? All the people on the show tonight, I'm absolutely saying to you right now, I'll fly to your city and help you move furniture around. Jeannie's in the midst of about to do that. So yes, I'm there. I'll move a couch. I'm really good at it. I've moved people, my sister included, moved my sisters 8 times. And that means full U-Haul it's with full, packed in thing, right? Have you ever moved anybody before, Claire?
Moved them myself physically?
Yeah,
No,
like help them move a couch and whatever, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So would you come move
Absolutely.
a furniture for me?
I would I would fly across America to come and help
wow.
you if you needed help with your couch. I would.
Oh, that's so sweet. And Jeannie, if you want to pipe in, you're welcome to.
I'm back.
Oh, you're back, Brendan. Okay. We're just talking about
Hey, Jeannie.
furniture for somebody.
Hi.
Oh, Jeannie's on mute.
Okay, I'm here. Hi.
Would you be okay if I came and moved furniture for you, Jeannie?
I have a really funny story about moving furniture if you want to hear
Oh,
it.
yeah?
Real quick.
Sure, go for it.
Well, I had moved into an apartment and I moved this huge giant couch. It was light, but it was large. And I said to myself that night when I said my prayers, oh, what I wouldn't give to have a man with really broad shoulders right now.
I'm right here, baby. I'm right here.
No.
That's what I was
Be
born
careful.
to do that, right?
No, be careful what you wish for, because
or what
the
I
next
offer, right?
The next morning, there was a naked man on my doorstep with really, really broad shoulders.
Oh my God! Why was he naked? Was this
I
a
don't
name
know.
where
I
there
didn't ask
no?
him.
So what did you do? Did he move your furniture and move something else? I got to hear the story now.
That took a pivot stronger than the couch on Friends. I was not ready for that story.
Are your kids asleep, Brandon? Because it's about to it's going to get deep in here.
It's the AITV After Dark.
Yes, we're in the AIT After Dark part. All right, so level 1 is situationship. So have you guys had a situationship? Anybody got a funny story about a situationship? So that means friends with benefits. It also means like, I'll record a song for you and you pay me money. That's a situation, We've all had those, right?
I think this show is a situationship.
It is, right? And then let's see where it goes. That's level 1. Move a couch for you. That's a little bit more than just, hey, let's show up and get a chocolate malt, right? What I love about this is it's just perfect the way it did this, because I literally said a 1950s Superman comic book with these 6 levels of stages of love. Okay, so we get from that. We got move a couch for you. Then we got can't wait to see you again. Ooh. That's where it's getting fun. I have not been to that level in a very long time. I haven't even been to level 1. I haven't had a date in 7 months. Holy cow. If you're out there, ring me up, baby. Rick McCawley at gmail.com or Rick the AI Guy at gmail.com. Either way, you can get a hold of me. And I want to go this year. I want to go out on a bunch of dates. Whether it's virtual, I can do a Zoom call. And I'm really good at Zoom calls. In fact, a couple of dates for a while there, I was meeting before I met them in person because I want to respect their boundaries, right? She got a Zoom call, so I put up my number. She calls in and I had dinner set up. I literally had steak and potatoes. And then I sent DoorDash to her door to have her to have the same meal I was having. She wanted something else. So she had a chicken and pasta or whatever. And then a glass of wine. And then we just sat there in the moonlight. I was sitting out by my pool. She was someplace where it was cold. And it was probably the most romantic, never went anywhere because there's distance, right? There's geography that gets in the way of let's see where this goes. I mean, would you date someone on the other side of the country?
It's hard.
It's hard.
My wife and I did long distance for 6 years, and we never spent more than 2 weeks in the same zip code. And my parents said we'd have to have 2 houses 20 miles apart just to make the marriage work. But we made it work thanks to technology. You know, we were blogging and watching remote movies, and we always found time for each other.
Yeah. In fact, speaking of which, with my girlfriend, the one before this one, I was in Shanghai, China, and I was actually Zooming. Funny part of this story. So what I want you to do is pick up a really juicy story, like the naked man moving a couch story, right? So here's my naked man moving furniture. Moving. Anyway, so I got a what do you call Messenger, right? I'm in Shanghai, China, teaching for the entire summer. So I'm just zooming back, and I decided to go into the shower. I had this like 300 square foot shower, and it was just me in this hotel on the campus. They did hotel management, stuff like this as part of the degrees they had there in Shanghai. And so I decided to put it up there as I'm taking a shower. I'm talking to her for free. I mean, that's in the age of AI, right? That could actually happen was kind of incredible. And then all of a sudden, my phone, because I had slippery hands, fell and broke the entire screen. And I'm thinking, oh no. Then I remembered where I was. I go downstairs, and there was a place with authentic Apple parts. It was $15 to replace the entire front of the screen. And it was better than it was before. Plus, they put one of those nice glass, Gorilla Glass toppers on top of it as well. So yeah, there's that story. And then I put a ring on it twice, expecting it was going to be for the rest of my life. Guess what? No. And then grenade. You know, I think it's interesting that there's a couple of people I take grenades for that weren't my wife at the time. I don't know. I mean, is it a different thing to take a grenade for somebody? I mean, my children. There you go. That's who I take a grenade for. I'm not putting a ring on their fingers. Obviously, that would be wrong. Except for the president and his friends in Epstein. I don't know what they're doing. Anyway, yeah, I said I wouldn't get political. Somebody slap me. Okay, so, all right. So we're going to go on ahead. We're going to talk about finding Aria. And I'm going to give you the backstory one more time as we go through this. So the idea is searching for real love in an artificial world, that we are in an artificial world. It's full of social media. And so I created this character you see here, which is the correct representation of who I think is absolutely stunningly beautiful. If I met her, I would be like, oh my, I have to punch above my weight. Anybody got a story about punch above the weight? Hold on to it, because I'm going to ask each of you for something like this. You ever date somebody that you just out of your league? They call it punching above your weight. I'm not sure if that's a term you guys know or not. But anyway, so I sat there for 2 hours with Claude, and I was dealing with the girlfriend that I had and had just already decided to break up with her with a little bit of help from Claude. But I would suggest this is Claude as a mirror to what I already knew. And what Claude does so well is it sits back and it respects your boundaries as an artificial intelligence, as an ethical artificial intelligence. And Claire, if you want to pipe in on this idea of it being ethical, if I am driving and it's helping me, would you say that's the proper tone that an AI should take?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And,
so if it's benefiting you in that...
Go ahead.
So if it's benefiting you in that way, that it's improving your relationship or helping you figure out how to deal with it. Many times I said, look, she keeps doing this one thing over and over again. Can you suggest ways I could get her to not do that? Right. And it had really carefully crafted, thoughtful ways of thinking about it. I would say Claude is definitely the one you want to talk to. And she has a British voice on my phone. Although, honestly, I use my voice to dictate, but I was reading the text because I think the act of reading text rather than listening is more permanent. And it, for me, was a way to go back and say, wait, what did she say I should do next? And then I actually did it because I took the advice, having filtered it through my adult mind. So I am consciously using it for the purpose. So anyway, when I was done after 3.5 hours of doing this, and every night I was having a different conversation about something I was just trying to understand myself, right? So that's what I call a mirror. When it's a mirror of you, it's not going to interfere with you. You're not going to fall in love with it. I wasn't falling in love with it. It was helping me like, co-pilot, right? Just kind of helped me cope. So I said, after everything I've said about what I like, what could she look like? And I said, can you describe her? And I went into great detail. A Northern European woman, I kind of thought. I like dark hair, long hair. I think that's because of my mom. She's a little bit thinner than I'd normally like. I like a woman with some curves, very feminine woman. I'd love for her to be an artist and someone who understands AI. So these are all properties that, I'm looking for. So anyway, and this is basically a little bit different than the face I said. So ask yourself, what are you really looking for? So my mission is to go on 50 dates this year. Hopefully by the end of the year, and I'm going to wait and see where things go. But I'll be reporting to you in my search for love, because I think we should all be searching for, someone who adds value to your life, someone you can add value to theirs. That's it. I like this picture because I played a cornet instead of a trumpet, but still it kind of is. The Dangerous Man is an artifact of me trying to find who and what I want to become. And my goal is every day I get closer to that. And my real goal is this, and I recommend it highly. This is, what's Wolf of Wall Street? What was that guy's name? Anyway, not Wolf of Wall Street. I'm sorry. Matthew McConaughey. He gave the speech that I thought was really profound, and that is, be a better version of yourself every day so that 10 years from now, your hero will be you. Wow. Just sit on that a minute. And if you do that, and that's what the Dangerous Man is to me, he's someone who stands up for other people, born of responsibility, who thinks about your whole, right? So the whole Adam and Eve story was wrong. They mistranslated. There was not a rib removed from Adam. It was two parts of a whole that were separated, that on their own became their own wholes. So I'm looking for a whole woman who has everything she ever needs, but wants to be with me. And that's it. And it may be 1,000 different people, as we'll talk about. So that's what it is. So the Inuit language has all kinds of words for this, and we talked about this already. So just a little bit more close up and what you would do. And then we're going to go into a little bit more of a story as to how to find this. And pipe in anytime you guys have something else to offer. The whole thing first, so it's a 5-step process, right? Discover your love language. Uncover how you give and receive affection. Starting with Gary Chapman's framework might be a good place to start. You're going to find it's probably a little bit of each. We'll talk about that in a minute. Unpack your past. Fix the stuff. Don't take your luggage onto a new relationship, especially the overweight stuff that doesn't go in the overhead compartment. If it don't fit in the overhead compartment and you can't leave it there without having to reach up during the flight, it is too big and too damaging to you. Is that good advice, Claire?
I like that.
Okay. And then craft your love compass. So that means, what are the qualities you're looking for? I got on Facebook dating, and they have a little coach. They have an AI coach that will try to find you somebody. And so I'm having her, I'm guessing it's her, I don't even know, 4 or 5 times. It's brought me someone, and I said, I like a curvy woman. And then I never have dated a Black or an Asian woman. I'm not against it, but I'm not sure that's my aesthetic that I like. And it pretty much almost called me a racist. Now, it wasn't because of, that's an interesting conversation to have, really. I would not be against dating, anyone, not men. And many have tried, because guess where I live, in the gay capital of the world. There's that. So then one of the questions that I said is, how do I not repeat my old mistakes? And so that's a sneaky smart first date question, right? So design 5 fun, provocative queries that you can ask on a first date. And it looks like you're just curious, but it reveals something that you want to avoid. Oh, I think this is my favorite, right? And then envision what home is for you. I've been talking a lot on the show about not seeking happiness, seeking peace. And I'm really positive, and I've seen it already, along the way to peace is happiness. And that whole person that you're meant to meet. So here's the 5 steps. Visualize in Notebook LM, because why not, right? So discover your love languages. Kintsugi is sort of the metaphor for fixing your broken parts, right? If you were wronged by someone else or you wronged someone else, fix that. Fix it with gold. Spend the time, because you can only drink from a whole cup. You can't drink if you're still stuck in the past. If the water leaks out the sides, fix it before you move on. And so here's workshop number 1. So here's the 5 love languages. Is this something you all know about? Are you familiar with these?
Oh, yeah.
I've heard of them, yeah.
Okay. So, and it is a mixed bowl of wax. So let's kind of talk
I bet I can't guess which one yours is, Rick.
Well,
yours must be. Yours has to be acts of service. It just has to be.
Oh, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
That's very kind. But you know what I'm going to say, though? And the thing I miss the most is physical touch. I got to tell you that's the saddest part of what I'm feeling right now. Even just a hug. A student asked me the other day after we had a really deep conversation, and the whole class was standing around. And I said something, like I say, because I was oversharing it a little bit. And she asked if she could give me a hug. And I said, yes. And I did. And it was powerful. And I went to a birthday party. My Florencia, if you're watching this show, and I hope you are, she had a beautiful birthday party where she invited all of her friends, and they're all magical. She's an incredible fine artist, traveled all over the world in all kinds of galleries. She makes these giant portraits out of rugs that she paints meticulously over months to create these works of art. Again, art is a verb. She is living the life. She was a pilot for what's the Spanish Airlines, right? Forget what it's called. But so anyway, I went out with her once or twice. She's been a lifelong friend. She will be forever. Every one of them greeted me. And so she asked them to say how we met. It turned into 2.5 hours. And not only how we met, but how pivotal she was in the orbit of all their lives. It was the most glorious celebration of a birthday I've ever seen in my life. We all brought little presents, but it wasn't that. The present was the present of our presents. And I'm my next birthday, that's it. So you're all invited if I have to fly you down, and we'll have to go somewhere. Because I wanted it, we all shared it. And I talked for 30 minutes, as I could do, right? I waxed poetic about what she made me believe, that artists could actually make a living and have a life this way. So I think, yes, thank you. Acts of service is definitely in my high thing. I don't need to be affirmed all the time. In fact, sometimes I told one of my girlfriends that I didn't need you to say how wonderful I am all the time. Just be there is saying that, right? There's sometimes where the physical touch definitely is profound. Quality time, certainly. And that gets to the next part. So here's the frameworks. It's usually a mixture. So think about your 20% affirmation, service is 30%, touch maybe, etc. Think about what that is, because you got to know what you're looking for, because some people are not touchy-feely. I couldn't be with that, right? I need to sleep in the same bed. I need to be close. I need to be able to reach over, just roll over, just touch the person's back and know they're there. Touch the woman's back. I'm just going to keep it there, right? Heart's dialogue, the balanced diet, right? So words and service and gifts. So let's take a look at gifts, because I think this is interesting. So there's my, this is what I thought was actually, this is the tale of attachment styles. So what is your attachment style? And I would suggest that anxious, avoidant, discordant, and all of them have a root in not doing your kintsugi right. So you're anxious because you think this person's going to leave you. You're avoidant because you think this person's going to leave you. Like you're disorganized because you're just not sure what you want, right? That's why the kintsugi is really to heal yourself before you can be whole with someone else. So list of your cracks, own your breaks, mind the gold, pack for the future, and peace vessels. So make this a peace vessel where you're finding your peace. Isn't this beautiful? I love what Google Notebook did when I started to pour in all kinds of things about love. And this one especially, I think, is magical. think I'm going to take my earbuds out because they're just out of gas. Okay, so next we've got Mine the Gold. So what are your cracks and what are the things that you've done? Who do you have to amend it? So this is like a 12-step program, right? What's a 12-step program? You have to go back and make right what you did to other people? Is that it? Maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. All right. So here's your workshop, Crafting Your Love Compass. What do you physically look at? Personality, public vibe. Yeah. Are you, if I dated someone who was, worked at Publix, let's say, at this checkout counter, I'd be cool with that. I think she was the right kind of person. So I don't have any airs about me. I don't have any class sort of thing. Some people do. Some people are a certain religion and not okay with marrying someone outside the religion. Cool. But yeah, figure out what you're all about. And so you know what you're looking for and then craft your compass, right? Figure out where you want to go. Humor is super important to me. That's like way up there. And you guys are funny and that's why you're my friends. And then this is a really cool thing for Valentine's Day. This is what I want you to do. As a result of watching the show, I want you to go home. This is the assignment I give to all my students. Find the person you love the most in the world. And perhaps you haven't done right by them. Perhaps you have some amends to make up for. You didn't call your mom, for example, for months at a time. You didn't really check in. You didn't become present. Time equals love. The time you put into basically making this, one of my suggestions is design an experience for that person that makes them seen, that feels your love, that maybe even amends for some things that you didn't remember their birthday, you didn't call them, you didn't really care like you should have. And perhaps it's things that you mend defenses where you think that they've made an effort to be a better version of themselves for you, that they've made themselves present. And spend at least a little bit of time thinking about this, what I call the Steve Jobs romance ticket, right? Design an experience for someone else that makes them feel valuable. I did a scavenger hunt for my daughter, and I hid little poems along the way, so she had to figure out riddles. If she got to the next one and ended up with dinner at the melting pot that night. It was the most fun that I had making it, and even the little objects you can do, right? So this is what I was kind of looking for, more or less. Curvy, kind eyes, loves rain. And then the vacation. So your workshop is, what do we do to figure out what the superpower swap is, the time treasure, the giggle, gratitude, right? So these are questions that I look for. If I look for the traps, I look for the problems, I'm going to filter my chemistry I'm looking for with a compatibility that makes it work. Make sure they're not a vampire who drains your energy every time you're around. They're not a sugar daddy looking for your money. They're not a baggage handler. Carry on is fine, but check full luggage? Sneaky smart questions that you can ask are like this. Fancy resort, a cozy adventure. Ask them that. If they say fancy resort with all the nines, yeah, guess what they are? Sugar daddy. A baggage check-in. Funniest lesson learned from a mishap. If they rant about an ex, swipe left. Look for resilience. What's the gratitude giggle? One random thing that made you smile this week. Flags entitlement or appreciation if they say it's something, that they deserve to get, right? A superpower swap. Swap a trait for superpower. Uncovers personality fit and ease of being. So one of the things they do in real job interviews is, what superhero would you be? And they said you could be Superman, Spider-Man, Flash Gordon, the Flash, or you could be the Invisible Man. And if they pick the Invisible Man, go to the next candidate, because that means they don't want to be there. They want to sneak around and be, hide stuff, right? So time treasure. How much of your time do you have available? My ex-wife, once she got busy and pursuing, after we raised our kids properly, she spent tons of time with them. She was the best mom on the planet. Zero complaints there. But once they left and become their own adults, she decided she wanted to move on and, become the CEOs of companies, stuff like that. Love and respect. Wish I had known, so I could have planned different. But anyway, so then this is what I'm looking for, right? I mean, if I see this, if I see joy, I see zero entitlement, openness to experience. Are you willing to travel the world, right? That's it. So here's the peace finding, and I'm going to go a little bit quicker because we got some fun stuff, including Zork's Zany Challenge.
Welcome to Zork's Zany Challenge. Are you logical like humans or perfect Zorks?
Okay, so let's find out what you think.
The paper goes over the top.
No, it doesn't. It goes under. It goes under.
Over the top!
Under! This is a crazy game.
Okay, so what's the deal, Brandon? Over the top or under?
Well, according to the original patent filed in the 1800s, it is over.
Oh, okay. All right, ladies, your turns. Genie?
It swings both ways. I'll tell you why. It's most efficient over, but if you want to keep it away from your cat, it's harder for them to unroll the roll if you're under.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay. All right.
Very smart.
What do you think, Claire? I know you're historical right now. What do you think, Claire?
There is absolutely no question. It's over. And if you've done it wrong, I will just come and fix it.
All right, so there you go. Now, I think if somebody wants to do a quick ChatGPT poll and find out what the United States of America thinks about that, I think it's a majority of men who want to go over because they're engineer and mechanical. And here's another thought. Women wipe differently than men do. I'm just going to say it like that. And because of the architecture, there's a slight bit of difference. Yeah. But anyway, I've had that conversation with my ex-wife's women's coven, as they call themselves. There were about 8 of them total. And they wrote a book about how to kill their husbands, which was going to be a bestseller, I think. And actually, it was pretty good. I was the last one to die because I was everyone's favorite. So, yeah. All right. So take a grenade. Let's see this one.
All right, let's move this couch.
This is ridiculous, Sam.
It's for science, Diane.
It's absurd.
So that's Sam and Diane, if you know them. I was surprised that Gemini would do this. So there's Sam and Diane from Cheers. So what do you think here? We already discussed taking a couch for. How many people alive right now you take a grenade? I'm going to let you pass on this one, Brandon, because I know that everybody in your family you would, right? Are there other people that you wouldn't expect you would take a grenade for that you would?
No one's coming to mind. No offense.
Well, I'm going to share one really weird. Demis Hassabis. Demis Hassabis, who right now, he won the Nobel Prize for protein folding, right? He's Sir Demis Hassabis, by the way, for Google's DeepMind. Again, another reason to love Google, I got to tell you. They're going to solve all science. So I would literally take a grenade for him to save his life. That's a weird one, but it's an AI TV show, so I think that's pretty appropriate. All right, here's the next one.
Have you been getting carpal tunnel from swiping left all the time? Get an AI wingman. True date to find true love.
So this is called the True Date to Find True Love because that's an app we actually designed in class because I was trying to date and they're trying to get your money. Match.com is $265 a year. Then on top of that, if you actually want to correspond with a woman, you have to pay extra. You got to pay. I'm like, what? This is expensive. You know, I can get ChatGPT for that. And I can go down to the local bar. I don't know what anyway. So they're not privileging having a dinner over an anonymous phone number that you exchange, right? They're not protecting your catfishing by doing background checks on idiots, right? They're not just helping you be safe. There needs to be a roofie button that if you don't tap your phone every 10 minutes, that they call the police, right? These are 3 things that we designed into our app, which are for real, that came from real pain points, right? No,
Wow.
They want to make sure you never find a date. And I'll add to this. This is true on Facebook. I swear to you, as God is my witness, 75% of the women that showed up after I said what I was looking for were exactly what I was looking for, but 75% were AI generated. The entire profile. Guess why? Guess what Facebook's algorithm does? The longer it keeps you on there, ka-ching, ka-ching, the more money they make every time they sell an ad. So they're doing it too.
The conversation I had was with JDate. So I met my wife on JDate, which is eHarmony for Jewish folks. Bigger in New York than it is here. But we met and we started to hit it off. So I went to cancel my membership. And they're like, why? I'm like, it worked. They're like, oh.
Oh man, it takes you what? You got to hire a lawyer. I swear it took me
No,
3
they
months to
let me
get
out
on
of it.
Match.com. It did? Okay. Well, I
Yeah,
asked
although
ChatGPT to get
years
out of it.
ago in eHarmony, which is scientifically proven to match you on 27 points of compatibility, it matched me with
Yes,
my high
it
school
is the
crush
best.
that wouldn't get me the time of day in high school. I'm like, I told you we were compatible. She still didn't coffee.
And you have
But
how many
now I
kids
think it's
and a
interesting. We have two kids, not with her, 2 kids and a dog and 2 cats now, and I wouldn't trade any of
Wow.
it for the world. But
Beautiful.
it was easy to date online in 2007. It is hard to date online now, because now I think is it Babbel? One of those, I think it's Babbel, is doing. I'll have your AI date my AI for the first date to figure out if it's something that's we're gonna be compatible. And then only if our AIs hit it off, then we get matched.
Oh my God. So I'm doing that for the next episode, folks. Stay tuned. I'm going to be on Babbel, I guess. Is it Babbel or Babbelfish?
Babbelfish,
as long as
plenty of fish, Babbelfish, one of those. I'll figure it out for you.
Plenty of fish. I mean, I tried 12 different dating apps. I swear to you, right? Coffee Meets Bagel. I saw that on Shark Tank. So I tried that puppy out. I tried, of course,
tried
Tinder.
Farmers Only.
Farmers Only? Oh, I got into the Millionaires Club too, but then I'd like, I don't want someone because I'm a millionaire wanting to get me, so that kind of defeats the whole purpose. Yeah, okay. And ladies, pop up anytime if you want to answer this. So here we go. This is from The Princess Bride. Who's seen The Princess Bride? Who's in this group? That's the most romantic movie of all time. Anybody? Ladies, come on. Quicker. It's a game show.
I saw it a long time ago. I don't know, but it's my best friend's favorite movie. So I'm going to say true.
Okay.
Did you say true love? Nothing can stop true love. He will live forever. Give him a pastrami and rye. Pastrami and rye.
There's a line from it where he's actually dead. So this is the swashbuckling, dashing guy, Wesley, who is in love with the princess, who is getting married by force to this evil man, and he's been killed. And so along comes and the people that are in it are absolutely. I'm trying to remember right now. I don't know how I'm drawing a blank. I've seen this literally at least 60 times. I ask a woman on every first date, "Have you seen this movie?" And if she hasn't, that's our second date. And I have a DVD copy of it as well with the extended version. And in fact, if somebody can look up for me real quick, as I'm sitting here, I'll ask you later on to tell me. There's a couple lines from it that are fantastic. "May you dream of big, beautiful women" is one of the lines I love. "Never start a land war in Asia." There's a great line about that. And then there's my favorite one. "My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die." So he is looking for, and that's Manny Potemkin, by the way. Like everybody in the movie is like the most famous human beings on the planet today. And they're in their 70s. They got together and did a script read one time. If you can find that, it's on YouTube. It's the most hilarious 20 minutes you're ever going to see. And then I started making a bunch of stuff. And so here we go. I'm just going to run through this. If you want to make a comment, just yell out.
Love is driving with your top down.
Oh, yeah, the car top down, buddy.
I love Bad Bunny so much. He's so sexy. Mucho caliente. I love America too. Happy birthday, USA.
Wait, you want to do a three-way?
Yes, let's do it. That's love in the age of AI Zordon.
That's just wrong. Okay, wait, this one didn't play for some reason.
I wonder if he'd move a couch for me or take a grenade or put a ring on it, maybe. Yes, I do.
You're going to see them again.
Do you remember how you've made all these?
These are all created. This image and all the big ones you see here are created in Gemini. I was creating this dating show. In fact, I tried to code using Gemini. I got 90% of the way there, and it wouldn't put the images up. Anyway, I'll talk to you later because there's definitely a love game here, and Lovable is a place to do it. So if you want to help me make this later, this is for the next show. So I created Gemini. Then I went over to all of these animations are just opening up on my phone in Grok. because it does this.
I'll have what she's having.
Illogical. Theatricality is not required.
Okay, so here's the question for this episode of the game. Can friends not end up being lovers? Can a man and a woman just be friends?
I defer to Dr. J on this one. I know my answer, but
Yes.
No. Yes. Well, come on.
Yes.
This is a game show. You got to go deeper than that, right? How do you figure?
I'm sorry. Are we supposed to answer in the form of a question? What is yes?
What is yes? Well, okay. I'll show you. Here's what I want to do for you guys. So, since I didn't really give you the rules of the game, so I live with my roommate, Kat, and I've been living with her for 7 years. We are platonic friends. We are brother and sister. We've shared hotel rooms together. We've seen each other naked a couple times. You know, just like everything, right? And it's beautiful. It's the most powerful relationship I've ever had in my life. Literally, we met each other when both of us were at super dark points in our lives. And I went out on a date with her, and we just knew it wasn't a date. It was a friendship forever. We've agreed that we're going to be on our deathbeds with each other present. That's, I got to tell you, it's more profound than even my 2 marriages. There's literally not a single thing that I do or say that I can't share with her. I was hoping to get her on the air tonight. Hopefully she'll join us in the future. Every one of my girlfriends, she comes with the package. She lives in the same house. She cooks, cleans, and entertains. And I cook and I clean and I entertain. It's a mutually beautiful. She's had a half a dozen boyfriends too. She's got one she's totally in love with. Gorgeous. He was on telenovelas in Costa Rica. Oh my God. When she comes on, you got to see this picture of this man. And he's trying to become a citizen. So my whole citizen thing really just doubled down because I want nothing more than for her to be happy for the rest of her life. She is someone I would take a grenade for. So you can be friends, and you can be platonic friends in the most powerful ways. And I think you got to make yourself vulnerable. And maybe it was just the situation. I don't know. But something meant for this to happen in my lives. And I am, without a doubt, a more beautiful human being, especially around women because of her. Because she gives me the honest insight. When I screw up, she lets me know. And when I do something right, she lets me know too. And she's always there when I'm at my worst. You know, right now, both of us are going through a couple things. And yeah, I think it's a powerful thing. So, and one of my favorite movies too, although I just never quite figured out why there was a question. Could you be platonic friends? Now, I've had a couple of girlfriends. My wife, both wives were very understanding. My wife had about 8 women in her coven, right, that were friends for life. And I was friends with their husbands. So she was the one that made the relationship, made the family, right? We went on trips with 7 families all across the country, went skiing together, went to Chicago when my best friends moved up there. We had our sons 3 days apart born because the 2 women had synchronized so well. And then I was working on my Water Woman series. So every one of the women turned 40. This is back in the 2000s, I guess. And they came over to my house and posed naked for me in their pool. And the first one to come over, and this was a random conversation because I didn't know what was going on. My wife knew that I had gotten women to come pose in fabric and nude in my pool, right? And when she wasn't there, they'd be doing this because it was really profoundly beautiful. It's about how we don't respect both the water, which is the birth of all life on planet Earth, and 70% of our human body, women, who is the birthplace of every human being on this planet. Unless there's something new invented in AI, I don't know. So the respect that they deserve isn't there. And that's why I spent 25 years trying to profoundly show how beautiful. So I have hours-long conversations before I invite someone to come over to participate. I go into deep dives into how they feel about their bodies. I think nudity is the most profoundly beautiful thing and intimate thing you can share. Just the presence of not having to mask yourself is a difficult thing. So I've created incredibly safe spaces for these people, and they understand it. I photographed men and couples as well, a baby and some other ones. We'll talk about another time, but Yeah, so I think that's kind of cool. All right, so here's the next one. The question I want you to think about is, have you made mistakes over and over again, and how did you fix them?
Doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. Illogical. Biological unit is stuck in a recursive error loop.
So I love this movie because it is Groundhog Day, right? Have you ever gotten to do that thing or dated somebody? I dated a bunch of women. They're the exact same problems. I'm like, how is it possible that I found another one that has the same problem? Well, it turns out there's some issues that just, I think most of the women that I found the problem. So fixing broken wings, give you the short version. I seem to gravitate to women who feel like I'm a safe space and that I can heal them, which I've gotten really good at, especially since my first wife was so horribly abused, and I went through 3 years of therapy with her. Never got the therapy I needed for myself, and I've worked through that a little bit. Still working on it. You got to be a better version of yourself. So, what do you guys think, Jeannie? We haven't heard from you. Is there recursive problems you either witnessed in other people? Are the men in your life faithful? Maybe that's a question. Yeah,
No,
I can tell from your
men aren't
laughter.
faithful.
So is that a problem for men? Have you ever had unfaithful women around you, Brandon?
I've been very fortunate that I've been faithful, and I've had nothing but faithful. I had one that was almost too faithful, where it was a little suffocating.
How was that? How can you be too faithful?
When you come out of your college class and they're sleeping in the hallway just to walk you to your next class, it's a little much.
Is this the woman you're married to now? I hate to ask.
It is not.
Okay, good. That's probably good, right?
She was going for an MS degree, though.
Yeah. That's oh my God. My aunt, who never got married, literally went to school. This is, she was 90 when she died or whatever. She went to school at a college. They had a class on how to smoke. And literally there was etiquette classes, basically how to marry a rich man in college. So MS degree. Yeah. Anybody else want to share a story? Okay.
No, but I was going to say, I hope you're writing a book because you've kind of turned into Dr. Love.
Yes. Thank you for that. In fact, you mentioned that the other day after we exchanged songs together. I think I am. I mean, I've had an extraordinary life when it comes to love. And I think most of it comes from, I had a really solid set of parents who were married for 50 years, 53, I guess, total. And I think that foundation they were traditional. My mom was a homemaker, although I think she was super smart. In today's age, she would probably be running her own business, as my dad did. I think she was jealous that she didn't get the opportunity during her time, both born in 1928. So life has changed, right? Yeah. So here's the
illogical. Plant genitalia as affection? It's a human thing, Zorp.
We think it's sweet.
Yeah, very romantic. Indeed, mi amigo.
Okay, so the question is, do you want to get flowers? Why or why not? Plant genitalia. I love it. Do I have to call on you guys? What?
Claire's muted.
I unmuted myself. Sorry, I wasn't sure. I heard an echo, and I thought maybe I was causing it. I prefer things that aren't going to die. Flowers are beautiful, so I don't mind flowers, but I prefer things that aren't going to die.
Yeah. I've gotten a bunch of plants. I did that for my mom too. Orchids and stuff like that. Stuff that'll hang out for a while, Yeah. So you enjoy them while they're there and they're in their pot, and then they go. And sometimes just, those internal plants that you get in your house just to, clean up your air in general. I think that's a beautiful gift because it lives on and it helps you live longer too, right? So if love is equal to time, you just extended their time on Earth. So don't get those roses. Yeah, because they're kind of destructive to the planet overall. I mean, think about the jet fuel it took to get them to even Florida. You would think we would be growing them here, but yeah. So I think something that lasts, a good strong plant that you can plant. So yeah,
I just want seeds.
What's that? Oh, seeds.
That's what
Oh,
Seeds.
yes. You're planting the seeds of love. There you go.
Yeah,
That's even better.
that's all I
And
want,
then,
man.
and if
I'm
it's
a
a
hippie
little
that way.
cilantro and a little garlic, yeah,
And
that's it.
callaloo.
Potatoes.
Mm.
Okay. All right. So moving on to the movie Her, and polyamory is the question.
How does superintelligence be less efficient? Multitasking is optimal.
Wait a minute, you're dating 8,000 other men while you're dating me? That's crazy.
No, it's logical.
You smell like a gym locker. Yikes.
I love the gym locker line at the end. I'm like, oh no. So literally, this is the end of the movie. Spoiler alert, So he's talking to this Scarlett Johansson voice, which has a great connection to AI. Because this is what I asked. I said, give me some movies that are tied to AI in some weird way. And so this is one of the ones I thought this is my favorite one, actually. So yeah, she says at the end, and he asks, how many other men are you talking to right now? She said 8,163 or whatever. So that number is actually accurate to the movie. So I thought that was fun. Have you all had any kind of polyamorous relationship, and are you open to that? Genie, we'll start with you.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You agreed to come on the show. You didn't think it was going to be easy, did you?
No. I think the best thing that you can do is spread yourself far and wide and only encircle a few.
Ooh, I like that. That's a good answer. Wow.
Thank you.
I will be up there taking you out for a nice dinner anytime you like. Yeah, I think that's kind of cool because, I think there's different kinds of loves. Like, so I had 3 women at the dinner table on the first date. I mentioned I had a roommate. They got up before the food was delivered, thank God, because they ordered expensive stuff and left. They just wouldn't be open to that.
That's insane. That's insane.
Isn't it?
Let me tell you why. Having a roommate, that takes care of so many parts of you.
Exactly.
That makes these other parts of you available to share with the world. But it's almost like your roommate is the roots of this tree, and all of the knowledge that you have that has been coming to you throughout your lifetime is the trunk of this tree. And now that you're not married and now that your kids are grown, you can now branch that tree.
Yeah, I was hoping to have her nephew come on tonight. He wasn't able to make it because he's moving, as I said. But one of the things that he's working with is he fell in love with this woman, but didn't realize it till after they had broken up. And he was a bit of a dog, to be honest. And then now for the last year, he's been profoundly trying to fix himself. So I spent at least 20 hours talking to him. And it was a beautiful conversation because at certain times of your life, early on, you're going to have kids together. You got to raise them. Having a one person that is your go-to for all that, your life is not about you. It's about them, right? And then when you get to our stage of life, then it becomes about you and the multiplicity of who you are. So I've had a conversation with both you, Jeannie and Claire together. In fact, we started out the conversation, I guess, as a threesome. And I love that because there's a very different relationship I have with Claire than I do with Jeannie, and certainly with Brandon, right? But they each speak deeply and profoundly. That's why I'm willing to say I love you 3, is because they speak profoundly to something that I know is a part of me. I love the idea that your friends are your seeds. They're the roots you come from. In fact, I described the women that I'm in love with, this Aria. Aria is from the musical thing. I usually call my fictional women Harmony, Aria, etc. For different reasons. But Aria was this solo performer that I knew I need to be with. But along the way, I want to meet the people who make me get to be there, whole in myself, knowing who I am. Without Kat, I wouldn't fully know as much as I know about myself as I do today. And I guess that's it, right? We're adding values to each other's lives. So if someone else has already added value, you're not going to get jealous because, oh, well, you slept with so many women. Well, 2 of them I was married to, So there is the safety of sexuality, which we can figure out how to do. I mean, there are, condoms and stuff, and there's other things. You got a vasectomy. I recommend every man who's not wanting to have a child go and get that done, so the woman doesn't have to bear the responsibility of bad drugs going in their system. That's not good later in life. Yeah. Anybody else want to punch in on this? Because I'm going a little bit too deep, maybe. I don't know.
I just think it's a good topic to talk about because people don't realize the benefit that you get from that good grounding friend that you have or friends that you have. They don't realize that unless you talk about it. So if you go on a date and they don't want to talk about that, that's a no-go.
Yeah. That's actually really interesting because I have said once I have been intimate with a woman, I tell them the story of why I was so good at that. And it was when I was 15 years old and we were sleeping bags next to each other. And my girlfriend at the time and her brothers were in sleeping bags right on the same porch at a lake outside of Gainesville. So it makes it a really interesting story. And I do have to write a book. You're right. This is too good not to write a book. But what she did, I'd never been with a woman. I hadn't even touched a breast really, So it was like, I was 13 now, 14, I guess. Anyway, so she takes my hand and just takes her on a tour, a complete tour of her body. And I pleasured her without doing anything on my part. I think every young man.
Now, come on. Whoa.
Yeah, we just went to the
Are
nighttime hour.
You supposed to say that?
Why not? I mean, that's the other thing about brutal honesty is that's what the dangerous man does. You say stuff because
makes him a dangerous man.
The intimate, dangerous man. Yeah. So anyway, then I read the height report, which is 700 pages of women masturbating, basically. And that was when I was 14 and a half. I had to squeeze a copy out of the college bookstore. Anyway, so not to go too deep into this, but the idea is...
And look at that. We just got banned off of YouTube permanently. No.
All right, we're going to play a couple more.
For love, won't we? My hand hurts.
I thought you weren't going to get political in this.
What are you talking about? That's nothing. I'm going to the end of the earth to find love and put a ring on it.
Ew, what is that sound?
What sound?
Like scratching on a chalkboard.
It's just the soup. I said I'd move the couch for you.
I'm not sure about this grenade thing. Would you take a grenade for me?
For you? Of course.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
This one I've got to do because this is the same couple as before. Yeah, we're definitely getting banned off of YouTube now.
Put a ring on it. This ain't no situationship.
The most dangerous man in the world. He won't just take a grenade for you. He'll fight a battle of epic proportions.
Would you take a grenade for me?
No. Let's just put a ring on it. Will you marry me?
I love you.
So these pictures started on Grok as pictures they had already pre-made, and I just shifted them. Here's my favorite one. I think we're going to skip over to our lovable moment. Oh, this is the wrong one. I'm sorry. Wait, I'm going to go to the next one. Okay, here we go.
For centuries, men have endured hardships, rain, sleet, snow, just to get nookie every Friday night. What will you do for love?
I'm Bond. James Bond.
You? You're not Bond. You wouldn't even move a couch for me, much less take a grenade. I've got super wizard powers and I still can't get a date. Would you, Harry? I'd move a couch for you, puppy. I love you.
Dog love. This one's pretty.
Like a snowflake falling on your tongue. Brief, momentary, but forever in my heart.
Except for the drippy tongue, that was kind of cute. I think that's a little creepy. And here we go.
Can someone dance with me?
Let's dance. In the snow, give it a chance. Spin and waddle, what a show. Penguins dancing, go, go, go.
Can someone dance?
Even the Amish are learning to dance with their AI robot overlords. Farming is great, farming is good. Let's feed all the people with love.
You gave me French genitalia as a gift for Valentine's. I love you.
I would wear leather gloves and lick this slowly while you watch me eat this ice cream all the way. That's how much I love you, baby.
This is what I will do to you.
but with my tongue. Just to let you know how much I love
It's the midnight hour, baby. Yes. And that's it. That's all we got. All right. Oh my goodness sakes. Yeah. Are you guys entertained?
Highly.
So that's it for the night. And now it's time to turn it over to Brandon, because I think we're right at tool time, aren't we?
Yeah, absolutely. Hang tight. We got to do it.
Minutes to master, tools to explore. Let your imagination soar like never before. AI Tool Time with Rick McCawley, where your digital dreams come true.
Ignition.
All right. Thank you, Genie. Thank you, Claire. Thank you.
Yeah, they're longtime friends and lovely human beings. Thank you so much for being on the show with us tonight.
So we've got a app that we vibe coded 2 weeks ago on this very show. An AI-powered Valentine's magic. Your wildest Valentine turning a card into turned into a card or a song. It happened. Let's make it art. And so this is available on wildestvalentine.lovable.app. And just for brevity, I'm going to say I'm feeling lucky. And it's going to make up a story and generate a image to go along with that story. And we're going to have some swans. Together is my favorite place to be. Spread a little kindness. And it says Valentine's Day is complicated for a lot of people. If this made you smile, consider reaching out to someone who might need it. And so now we can either download this card, or we can print it, or we could share it. And if we generate a song, we can generate a song that is associated with it. And I'm just going to make sure that I'm sharing with my sound so you can hear the song, because we want to hear the song. Your Valentine song.
Used to think you were the reason my whole world felt complete. Yeah, together was my favorite season. Thought our story was so sweet, but this Valentine, the clock twist hits. I'm a dead star, I must admit. Our chapter's cute, but now I see this whole time the story's me. Happy Valentine's to myself.
Happy Valentine's to myself. Is this for the lonely people?
Yeah, this there you go. So if you don't like it, you can generate a new version. And of course, we didn't give it very good prompts, but you could go in here and you could you can do this. But the other thing that I wanted to showcase today is something else that I've been working on. And Rick, you don't even know about this because it is hot off the presses. And I'm not going to share too much about it because I haven't actually tested it all the way through to production yet.
Okay.
But what I have...
So let's set this up a little bit, because those who've been watching our show know Lovable is definitely one of our sponsors or affiliates, I guess. And Brandon is a, what do they call it? What's your title? Ambassador or something?
I'm a Lovable ambassador, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he is doing this all day, and it's just storytelling, vibe coding. Of course, he's really good at it because he has a background in the technical parts of this. But this is literally, there's thousands and thousands. How many people are using that platform? It's probably the number one or two agentic application.
Yeah, it's up there. They are the leader of the pack in the vibe coding industry right now.
So if you've heard of Stable Diffusion for image making, if you've heard of N8N for vibe coding applications, Claude is probably number one technically in the world for technical.
And they use Claude.
Oh, they do. Okay.
Yep. And the reason it's so popular is because you can do stuff like this. So I don't know if you remember, Rick, in the 90s, you'd walk into like a CVS or a Walgreens, and you go to the Hallmark aisle, and they had that big industrial size printer, and you could go beep boop boop on the CRT machine and customize a greeting card, and they would print it right there in front of you.
True story. Both my sisters worked at the Hallmark store in Gainesville, Florida. I was Freddy the Frog for Easter. I dressed up in 100-degree heat with a full suit, right? And kids jumped on my back, almost broke me. And I was Freddy the Frog for $3 an hour, standing in 100-degree heat with a giant head on myself. And I have pictures to prove it. It was my second job I ever had. So those aren't there anymore. But we've got a vibe coded app, so you can do it.
Yeah.
So
I started to come up with an idea, and I started to iterate with ChatGPT, and I said, I really missed that machine. And the first thing I said is, anybody doing this? And they're like, oh yeah, Hallmark, you can just buy a card online now. I'm like, but that's not the same as personalizing it.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, you could have these other companies, and they can do and it kept getting closer and closer, but I couldn't hit it on the nail on the head. I'm like, well, I wonder if Lovable could do it. And so a few prompts later, we have Vibe Greeting, and it's going to be vibegreeting.com. It is sending a card as unique as your message. Describe your perfect card, and our AI will craft custom artwork and a heartfelt message just for you. So first it lets you, and you can do this all for free. You can choose your occasion. So I'm going to say, thank you card. And I'm going to find a picture of us, Rick, because I want this to be really personalized.
Okay.
So I'm going to say downloads. So I'm going to find a.
So people that want to try something like this, go to lovable.com or lovable.ai.
Lovable.dev. Lovable.dev.
Oh, .dev. Okay. And then how complicated it is. So you just write what you want, then it pretty much does. And then, of course, you tweak it back and forth. You keep having conversations.
Yep.
So
if you have a conversation with ChatGPT, you can have a conversation with Lovable. So this is the nice thing. Lovable, in their latest update, had the ability to plan tasks and do some testing. So literally, I was doing something else, and every about 10 minutes or so, I'd come back in and check it and give it the green light to keep going, and it would go and iterate. And before I had to give it some API keys for some backend software like Stripe. But before I knew it, I had an app, and it pretty much built itself. I mean, I had to put the guardrails on it, but I can't even tell you how much time I spent on this app because it kind of wrote itself. But you're going to love this, Rick.
Since we did talk about MaltBot, it doesn't have the security risks that any of that platform had going on, right? It's not that kind of agentic.
No, we're using Stripe in the background.
Yeah. Okay.
And so, let's say we want to reimagine our AITV Starship with you and me
as an oil painting.
As an oil painting. And I'll say, thank my co-host and wish him the happiest Valentine's Day.
Oh,
and I'm going to say, I could go heartfelt, but I'm going to go funny on this one.
Yes,
so I'm going to say, create my card.
That's us.
And it's using Nano Banana for the image gen and Gemini for the AI, Lovable Cloud on the back end.
Okay.
Look, there we are. We are an oil painting.
Wow.
Thank you for being the only person who can tolerate my tangents while keeping us on air and on track. I think that was written in your person. You're officially the best spouse, a co-host.
I'm a work spouse. I've never been a work spouse.
Have no idea what they're getting into. How true is this?
Yes.
Happy Valentine's Day to the guy that makes every crazy segment a total blast. So,
oh my God. And it really got the blast part too.
And I can even change the calligraphy here. So I can change the, let's make it
wow. You're getting some design sensibilities going on here too.
And so here's the beauty of it. So, and then you can continue, you pick the shipping details and pay for it. It's $10. And what the fulfillment center will do that I found that has an API. So I just got an API key and connected it. And I told Lovable, like, here's the fulfillment center. They will print your card. A robot will handwrite your greeting, and they will ship it out.
Like the movie Her.
Person.
The movie Her. If people don't know this, he wrote handwritten, greeting cards for people that didn't want the robot doing it, so it felt like a human. That was his job.
Yep.
And they were beautiful too, by the way.
Rick, after we get off the air, I'm going to get your address, and I got to send you this card to see if it works. You'll be my guinea pig. It takes 5 to 7 days. It'll be a little late for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm going to be showing this thing off. That is so awesome, man.
And if it works, we're going to take down the world.
Let's go into the underneath the hood. So if somebody wants to do this and they have some real, I mean, this is potentially, so you spent how many hours to get to this level? And
I was in the top 1% of vibe coders worldwide for Lovable in the past year.
Oh, wow. Okay. But I mean, as far as to make this particular application that has monetary value to it.
Yeah, you're talking, a few hours. But this is the sad thing is, Rick, now this is the easy part. It used to be creation and execution is hard. Now that's as easy. But the challenge is, aside from you, Genie, and Claire, nobody knows about this yet. I mean, once we put it out on YouTube, now everybody's going to be going to it. But, that's the last mile now that I got to figure out is we've got all these great ideas like your
they've already been talking
USA.
About. Yeah, they've been talking about one person will create a $1 billion company within the next couple of years. So that's been out there. But there's a bunch of other $1 million companies to be had here too. I mean, so we started. These are all your projects?
Yeah, these are all the projects that I've done. I've got my own dashboard now. You can see all the projects that I've done.
Oh, could you bring up our Hello USA one in a minute, just to show it off?
But I want to talk about this one for a few seconds.
Okay.
So this site is Find Cheap Gas in Europe, and so this started because I was on a road trip. Yeah,
Gas Buddy in the United States. Yeah.
Gas Buddy is only in the US and Canada. And I was talking to somebody who does a lot of international travel. And I said, what can I vibe code for you? I've got these credits, they're expiring on Lovable because I'm running out of time to use them. Just give me your harebrained ideas. And I got a couple of harebrained ideas that were not appropriate for Lovable. But then I got one, my cousin goes, when I was traveling in Europe and I had to rent a car, I had a really hard time because I didn't know liters to petrol. I didn't know what was a good price, if there was a better price. And Gas Buddy only exists in the US and Canada. And so I literally told Lovable, I want to build Gas Buddy for American travelers in Europe. That was the entire prompt.
Yeah.
And it asked me a bunch of questions in planning mode and found some API keys. And now we have a real time, if you're ever traveling in Europe, you have a place to go.
Well, and that's the reason why. So you can change dollars to whatever the other currency is, right? So
it does it automatically. So it automatically takes whatever currency of the country that you're in and converts it to what the equivalent is in miles per gallon. So
they've always had very expensive gas. I've always thought, it seems ridiculous that they never came up with it because basically every business is this. You solve somebody's problem.
We talked about this. My cousin and I, we said, why hasn't anybody come up with this? Because they don't drive as much, Rick. You and me, we'll hop in the car for 2.5 hours, go across the state. They're like, there is nothing I would rather not do than
and
sit
then
in my car for 2.5 hours. Just hop on the train.
In Florida,
what are you doing?
In Florida, we have the worst mass transit there is on the planet. Is Cleveland?
Yeah, but we still do it.
Yeah.
I mean, we get rush hour pockets, but it's not bad. But the point is that from a European mindset, they don't care as much about the cost of petrol, because they don't drive as much. They need to drive.
We
but
live in our
they don't
car.
have the obsession with the American automotive industry. That
Did you know the reason why the interstate system was created by itself? World War II, we were potentially going to be attacked by both West and East Coast. You had to drive tanks across country to deliver munitions where they needed to be. So there you go.
And actually,
the original
we were actually
road,
just
2 mules butt to butt is the width of our roads today.
Yes, and we were just at the International Exposition Center in Cleveland that they're closing, where they used to make those tanks. So that was really interesting. But yeah, Rick, if you want to bring us home with welcome home with Hello USA.
Yeah, in fact, this is a great place to end because we started with Bad Bunny and talking about how people don't even realize Puerto Rico is part of the United States, and this gentleman is a citizen, and they want to deport him. I mean, what sadness! And all I want to do.
Oh, by the way, I don't know if you've noticed, Rick. We now have Haitian, Creole, and Portuguese.
Oh yes. Oh,
because
this is such a
Lovable speaks
beautiful
all the
thing.
languages.
So I've convinced 2 people. The National Hispanic Organization. I forget the proper name for it. Excuse me for not doing that. Is interested in producing this for real. So we're finally going to land this plane in welcoming people from other countries. So this down deep in my heart and everywhere else is that all of us, except for those Native Americans who were here first over 10,000 years ago, so turns out, maybe even further. In fact, they probably were as original to these lands as any human beings ever. We come in and we, take over and we take away and we steal and then we kill and, you know the story. So my whole thing is about every one of my students comes from another country. Every one of us does, right? I don't have any Native American in me, but if I did, I'd still be part owing the invitation to come here. Bring us, you're tired, you're poor, yearning to breathe free. This is what this app is supposed to do. It's supposed to make citizenship as easy as to attain as getting a pizza ordered. You got to know where you are in the process. It's got to be transparent. It's got to be fair and reasonable. You can't buy your way into a country. What do you get if you do that? You got people that take from you. They come here to do bad things. But if you're born of responsibilities for yourself and being a better version every day, to loving those people around you, no matter who they are, where they come from, however diverse their ideas and their opinions, all of our amendments are there to keep the plurality of the individuality of this great mixing bed and soup of humanity. Bad Bunny was not only a celebration of 250 years that we're going to be celebrating this July 4th, it's also a celebration of what it is to be loved. And to feel part of a community is where we built the greatest nation on earth. And I'd hate to see it go away because we stop believing that love is the only thing that can conquer hate. And it's proven over and over again. Just peace and love to all of you. Have a glorious Valentine's Day. Design an experience for those people that you love, like Brandon just did for me. Thank you, sir. That is kind, beautiful, and makes you feel seen, cared about. Go forth and be the beautiful human being you were intended to be. You were born to be that. Thank you, Brandon. Happy Valentine's Day, brother.
Happy Valentine's Day, Rick. We'll get you back here next week for an all-new AITV Starship.
That's it, baby.
AITV Starship. News, deep dives, and creation. AITV Starship. Learn, laugh, innovation. AITV Star, human amplified. Catch the spark, ride the wave. Future's on our side. We got experts talking truth and